The Mainframe Job Readiness Program is a job readiness program that really focuses on removing the barriers to employment that a lot of the guests that we see at Central OAC are encountering. It's a 3-week class. During that time, we meet 5 days a week for about 3 hours per day. The skills that we offer our students, the first one is just kind of an improvement in basic computer skills, because so much of the job search is tied to technology these days, so we're just going to practice and improve on those computer skills as a matter of course.
I was a dinosaur when it came to computer skills. So I heard about this program and I initially thought that's what I was coming for, just to learn computer skills so I could at least fill an application out. Well, I got way more.
Some of the skills, other skills that we teach our students would be planning our job search, so getting a plan of where I want to apply, how I want to apply. The next thing that we look at is skills about how to build a resume, so how to build one that's going to represent you both in person when you hand that resume in and online when you apply through a company's website.
When they got done with my resume, I mean, you would have thought I was the President of the United States. So it really made me feel good, and it actually worked. I was able to walk in there with confidence because I knew what the paper said, and I knew I could live what the paper said because it was actually my life experience.
The third skill that we do is about networking, so expanding the job search using the contacts that we already have, as well as finding more contacts to help us find employment. The fourth skill we look at is interview skills, so how to answer some of those tough interview questions like, why should you hire me? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Tell me about any legal issues in your background, how to answer those effectively, as well as how to follow up with employers after the interview. We also do mock interviews during the class, so both in person and over the phone, the student will interview and get feedback about what they did really well, as well as what they need to improve on.
He said, Mr. Johnson, I have 3 more candidates, so I'm gonna probably call you in about 3 or 4 days to let you know my decision. Well, I got like 15 minutes away, I got a phone call. They told me I'd start that Monday. And after I got the job, I asked him what did it. He said it was my interview. He said after my interview, he hadn't seen nobody else. And I got that right here, is job readiness.
The fifth skill that we look at is money management. So we look at, from a broad perspective, how we think about money, how we relate to it, what it means to us emotionally as well as physically, and then talk about how to start making a plan to manage money when we start making it. The sixth skill that we look at is worker skills, so just how to be the very best employee that I can be on the job. A lot of that time we're talking about anxiety and stress management when we're on the job, so if we have a difficult boss or customers or coworkers, how we can learn to interact with them as effectively as possible. Some of the benefits that folks have both while they're in the class and once they graduate are access to MARTA passes. So if folks live outside of walking distance, we can give them MARTA to get to class every day. Once they graduate from class and find a job, we can give them a MARTA pass from their first day of work up until their first full paycheck.
I needed tennis shoes, I needed sneakers because we did canvassing, we did walking, so they provided me with the shoes, you know, to be able to save my feet so that I can continue to work and stuff. And if people need uniforms for a particular job, they'll buy your first couple of uniforms until you get your first check.
Also, say a student comes in and they really want to do a specific training, like say they want to get back into the healthcare field, but their CPR or AED certifications it's expired. So what we would do is be able to pay for them to be able to get that certification either for the first time or to get it renewed. We also offer a training program through Watchman Protective Services. They're the same organization that offers our security. It's a 3-week class focusing on just becoming a really all-around excellent security guard. So when folks are done with that class, they become a certified security guard within the state of Georgia so they can earn more money per hour on the job. When they're done with the 3 weeks, they can still come in anytime they want to use the computer lab to work with me on updating their resume, getting feedback on how the job search is going, sometimes just a helpful person to talk to offer some feedback or some thoughts or some encouragement, as well as any other support that we can provide.
My resume was out there for a long time. So one day I came back here and I said, Aaron, I need to update my resume. So he pulled me in the room, put me in the computer, and he allowed me to come back. I came back Wednesdays for about another month, updating my resume, doing things, different things like that. And because of that update of my resume, that's how I got my job. They marvelous, man. They help me in every way possible. I mean, my life has changed because of them. and they help me whenever I need them. For whatever questions or answers I need, I go to them and I get it.